Good evening, everybody. Please, the attendance form link will be shared right now so that people can go ahead and from and I'll stop accepting responses 5 minutes after the class is over.
I didn't get what you said though.
Okay, I want to share the attendance form link to our Telegram so that everybody can fill it out. Understand?
Okay.
Okay, good evening once again. Well, for the past 2 weeks, we've been on this journey, and I want to tell you guys that I've completed my curriculum for the month. I think it's just remaining one topic. I've covered. Are you guys? First of all, let me ask: are you guys with the curriculum? Have you guys seen the curriculum? Someone should give me feedback.
No.
You okay? I think for this month, for this month, the first week we have to study on introduction to design and branches of design. Then the second week, element of design. Yes, element of design. The third week, is principles, principles of design, principles of design. Let me send it to you. I'll send it to the group chat now. I'll send it to the group chat now. Just give me a few minutes. Okay. The first week is introduction to graphic design, branches of graphic design, and graphic design element. That's for the first week. Then the second week is graphic design principles. Then the third week is color theory and color psychology. Then the fourth week is typography. Now, I've taught you guys introduction to graphic design, branches of graphic design elements, which is the week one. I've also taught you guys graphic design principles. I've also taught you guys typography. Now, I've taught you guys color, but I think we need to go more deeper on color theory and color psychology. But the thing there is, I would reserve it for our last class. Maybe I'll speak on this next, maybe on Saturday. On Saturday, but we want to talk about maybe we want to talk about some important things, that that we can easily negligent. So let me send. I'm coming. Let me send it. I think I've sent it. Have you guys seen it? Have you guys seen it?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. How many people is on this call?
You've seen it.
Check what I sent to the group chat now. Just check what I sent to the group chat. I said the week one is
We are
introduction to
looking
graph.
at it.
You guys are looking at it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think the only one I've not taught you guys, I've taught you guys, but we've not gone deeper on it. Is color theory and color psychology, right?
Yes, we've not done color psychology.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay,
Yes.
okay. Now, here's what I'll do. After the class, I'll resend the class and um the my slide for every class, just in case you don't have it. Is there anybody here that doesn't have it? Because I think I sent everything, or maybe I'll just go there and highlight them. I'll just go there and highlight everything.
So thank
That's
you.
what I would do. That's what I would do. So what I'm saying it is, just go over it again. Are you hearing me? Just go over it again. Make sure you are so rooted in the basics. You get. Make sure you are so rooted in the basics. Make sure you are so rooted. This is the foundation. If you miss it, then you won't get the remaining things that will be coming. So this is important. Don't be in a rush. Don't think you understand it. There is a temptation for you to think that you understand it. You get, but take your time and go over it again. I sent you guys a YouTube video, not just a YouTube video, plenty of them. Like I think I sent two, or is it more than two? But I know I sent some videos to you. Go over them again because your test is coming. Your test for the month. It's a 3 months training. So every month end there will be a test. You get. So just go over them again. Refresh your memory. Master it. It's very important to master it. Master it. Master it to the point that you can start teaching other people. Are you guys hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So master it to the point that you can teach other people. Um, I would share you guys what I'll be teaching from. I'll be teaching from a book that I was reading, a book that I have. It's still fundamentals of design too. So I had to go over the book and I saw something that I didn't that was not it was not part of the class. It was not part of the curriculum, but it's important I teach it to you guys. It's very, very important. I teach it to you guys because we can easily we can easily look over it and it will tell on you later on. I brought it up because of the questions that we asked last week. So Let's go over it. I'm coming. Let me see. Um, mm, mm, mm. Just give me a few minutes. Um, okay. I don't know if I should teach you guys history of design, but I think I'll teach it. I think I'll teach it. Um, okay. Let me share my screen now. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What I want to
Yes,
teach you
sir.
guys. Okay. What I want to teach you guys is just a little thing. It will not take time. It's just common mistake. It's just graphic design mistakes to avoid. Let's say common mistake that
Yes,
I can
sir.
hear you, sir.
But you can increase
okay.
your voice more.
Okay, I will. Okay. Um here is what they wrote here. They said there are a lot of great designs
Please, what is
out there.
today's topic?
I just said it. Graphic design mistakes to avoid. Are you
Yes,
hearing
sir.
me? Graphic design mistakes to avoid. There are they say there are a lot of great designs out there. Logos, banners, flyers, magazine, business card, etc. There is a need to carefully and professionally convey the right message to each viewer or reader, and all this demands lots of work and practice. Now, from what I've been teaching you guys, I told you that the whole essence of design is to pass a message. Don't forget this thing. Always put it at the back of your mind that the whole essence of design is to pass your message. If your design is not passing a message, it's an art. In fact, that's the difference between design and art. Design the message that graphic design pass is it must be definite. It must be definite. But art, the interpretation about art can be person specific. It can also be, like I said before, we are from different we have different cultural background. So the interpretation I might give for a particular art might be different, from yours. You get? So if we are talking of a design, the interpretation of that design, the communication of that design must be definite, whether whether the person is in Nigeria or the person is in abroad, it must be the same. It must be the same. They said a graphic designer's first task is not to hop on the system to design, but to understand the message to be passed, to ensure that the design conveyed, to ensure that the design conveys as much information as possible and also moves the reader to initiate an action. To initiate an action. Um, See where I'm reading. They said, "Oh, you may think these next few pages are not for you." Okay. The reason being that you have worked with couple of clients in the past and it was a smooth ride. This proven mistake could be the reason why your clients or don't repeat buy or pay less. If you are a brand new designer, then this is definitely a must read for you. Okay, let's look at let's now look at the common mistake. Let's now look at the common mistake. Number one, they wrote here uniqueness. They wrote here uniqueness. Now let's read what they mean here. They said graphic design would take on any kind of job without really checking to see and know their strengths and interests. Graphic designers would take on any kind of job without really checking to see and know their strengths and interests. Someone would prefer the music industry. Others could prefer the medical sectors. Some would prefer the educational sectors. Whichever appeals to you, ensure you have a particular space in the market where you gain more ideas and can easily be creative. Okay. I'm not saying that you should not take clients from other sectors. You can. But before doing that, build a niche for yourself. Build a space for yourself. Find what works for you and build on that. Let your design always speak your passion. Now, in a sense here, what they are saying by uniqueness is that in a bit to be unique, in a bit to in a bit to in a bit to stand out, just make sure you are standing. Just make sure that you are not so odd. You are not so odd from the space. You be creating orders from, let's say, if you have a design job for other sectors too, you need to have a particular knowledge of that niche. So the job of a graphic designer, like I said before, is that you make sure that you have a broad knowledge about a particular industry before you venture into that design. In fact, the job of a graphic designer can also cover the job of a consultant. Are you guys hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Sir, I did not get
Yes, sir.
today's topic.
You said?
I didn't
Common
hear today's
mistakes to
topic.
avoid. Common mistakes to avoid as a graphic designer.
Okay. Like I said before, I said I said a designer's job is more or less is more than being just a designer. It's more than being just a designer. It also covers the areas of consulting, consulting. Now look at what they said here. I'm not saying that you should not take a client's job from other. I'm not saying that you should not take clients from other sectors. You can, but before doing that, build a niche for yourself. Build a space for yourself. Find out what works for you and build on that. You need to understand that graphic design is large. There are branches. I taught you guys about the branches of graphic design. There's product design. There is infographics. There is game design. There is even brand and identity design. There is print design. You get now. You cannot venture into all of them and become a master in every of them. You need to build a particular niche. Like for instance, if you want to venture into, let's say maybe you're a business owner and maybe you want some. As a graphic designer, what you should venture in as a business owner is maybe you need to become something like a brand and a brand and identity designer. As a let's say a what's it called? Someone working in a firm, let's say a construction a construction firm. I'm just giving you guys example. Someone working with a brand too can also venture into product design, whereby product design is all about UI UX. UI UX, the meaning of UI UX, the meaning of UI is user interface. Then UX is user experience. This talks about the aesthetics of a website. You understand? The designing of a website. If they want to create out the back the creating the back end of a website, that one is not a designer's job, that one is a developer. But if we are talking about design, we are talking about designing a website, we are talking about product design, which is UI UX. Now I know that one doesn't concern you guys yet, but I'm talking about as a graphic design. What they mean by uniqueness here is that you need to find a particular niche that works for you. You need to find a particular niche that works for you. People need to know you for a particular niche. Now, how would you know? How would you know the particular niche that you need to venture in? It's simple. Here's my advice. I will advise you try out plenty of them. Try out every of them and find out the one that is suitable for you. You understand? Find out the one that is suitable for you. There's also motion graphics too. There's also motion graphics too. So what they are talking about here is to build a niche for yourself. Build a niche for yourself. Find what works for you and build on that. Don't be everywhere in the creative space, because design is very broad. Let's check out number two. They said here, clear understanding of client instruction. Clear understanding of client instruction. As a graphic designer, your clients pay you for your expertise and professional insight. However, you need to always remember the difference between offering advice and dictating your own opinion. Now, now you see this thing is, I think this is the place that most designers have issues. And seeing that you are working with human beings too, it can be a little bit difficult. Not a little bit difficult, most times. Not most times is if you mastered how to communicate with clients, if you mastered your communication skills and all that, you know how to communicate with clients, because the most times your clients doesn't know what they want. Are you hearing me? Most times they don't know what they want, but there's something that you give them that will satisfy them. They just know that they need something. They don't really know in specific what they want, but they know when you do it. They know when you are doing it right. Not all of them, sha. Not all of them, sha. For instance, let me give let me give you a story so that you guys will understand. Someone who is not a designer, someone who is not a designer, you might design something, you might design something, and because that person is not a designer, that person might not value what you design, or maybe that person has something already in mind. Now you need to find out what the person wants by asking a few questions. There are a few questions you need to ask. There are a few questions. Now there are some clients that knows what they want. That they'll just tell you that look at what I want. I want so flyer. And they might even send you a sample of what they want. But then you need to offer a value that will be more suitable to them, and make sure that you are not dictating your opinion to them. I'm not saying this, look at what they wrote here, dictating your opinion to them. You might want to offer them your opinion, as as you need to give them a sense of allowing them to choose what they want. Are you guys hearing me? Are you guys with me?
Yes.
Now, is it Ario? Ario, you asked a question last week. Something along this line, right? Hmm? Ario, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here. Yes.
You asked a
Yes, I'm
question.
here.
Can you remind me? Can you remind me your the question you asked last week?
Okay, I think the question is what are the things that dictate the kind of design that you do, if I remember well.
That dictate.
What are the things that will make push me, okay, this particular design, this is what I'm supposed to do. I can't really remember.
Okay, okay,
It's a
okay.
question that had
I
to do
think she
with
said,
clients.
I think she said, how do you know the kind of design that you design for is
Mhm.
a particular
For a
company, and
particular
I can't.
what kind of fonts can you use?
How?
and something that will make you know
Okay,
that this is
font.
what I'm supposed to do.
Okay, okay. I think your line is breaking. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Can you? Okay, okay. First of all, you said first of all you need to, like I said before, the number two, having a clear understand of the client's instruction. Now, if you have a clear understanding, there is what this thing will do to you. It will make you to go and research on on that project, because that project you were not the first person that started it, right? You were not the first person that started it. So there could be plenty people that has done that job. You get. Now, in a bit to get inspiration and experience from other people, like I said, don't copy other people's work. Now, if if you if you've gone online, I gave you people sites. I gave you people sites to join. I think I gave you guys Pinterest. You get. I gave you guys Behance is good. Also, Instagram too is good. Online, and you watch other people's job along the line of what you want to do. Eh? You would have get enough inspiration when you are communicating with your client. Now you know when your client is going off course, because most times, like I said before, most times they don't know what they want. So with the experience of others, you need to create out your own. You need to, innovate and create out your own Now, in a bit to communicate what you have found, um you don't need to dictate your opinion. You just need to offer that your opinion to them. And if your opinion is offered well, they will buy into it. Look at what they wrote here. They say, if we as designers don't value our clients' input, they will walk away unhappy or fight us relentlessly. And besides, sometimes it's the client who surprises you with a good idea that our trained eyes are failed to see. Now, most we need to understand that most clients, they know, in as much as they don't know what they want, they understand basic things about their business. And for instance, let's say color. Let's say for instance color. Your client says, I want you to work with these particular colors, Now you need to. I know you might have inspiration from other works, how that you want to join, how that you've seen other colors, how other people did their own, and you can't wait to join the several colors that you found online. Now you need to communicate. If you've communicated to them and you see that they didn't buy into it and they are strong with the set of color that they choose, now you need to work with they what they want. And if we are creative enough, you can see that you can walk around that and get something beautiful. Now I think they said the best way to get this understanding from the instructions of your client is always ask questions. Don't assume you know anything. Don't assume you know. Always ask questions. Now, ask questions. I mean asking the right questions. You get asking the right questions. We need to learn how to ask the right questions. Now, like I said, we as graphic designer, we have the leisure of working with so many different industry, and you must have the experience. You must know the basics of that industry. You understand? So this will help you to ask the right questions. This will help you to ask the right questions. You understand? They said not asking your clients the right questions about their design need and expectation is trying to ice a test without study. Not asking your client the right questions about their design needs and expectation is like trying to ice a test without study. It's no wonder design work on crowdsourcing sites looks so generic. They say spend time briefing with your client before starting on a project. It will save you time. Spending time briefing your client before starting on a project will not only save you time, it will allow you to provide your client with designs that fit their needs for everybody. You get? Now, I'm teaching you guys, this whole thing that I'm teaching you guys is graphic design processes. So hope you know it's graphic design processes. The first one that I said is uniqueness. The second one is having a clear understanding of your client's instructions. And how can you have it? Is to pay attention to first one is to pay attention to their advice. Pay attention to their advice. Always ask questions and asking the right questions too. Number the third one under the having the clients having understanding of client's instruction is time briefing your client. Spend time briefing your client. Spend time briefing your client. What I mean by briefing your client is the whole discussion with your client about their need. Now they might ask. Now you will always jam somebody who is a novice in a particular industry. Now it's your work as a graphic designer to explain things to them, to always explain things to them, to always explain things to them. The third one they said practice. Not bringing new ideas to the table, not learning new tricks or trying out new scheme because it requires extra effort. Using common derivative concepts is a sure sign of lack of shared creativity. Um, you see, as designers, like I was telling you guys before, like no matter what I teach you guys, eh, if you don't practice, you won't really learn. In fact, the mastery the mastery in design begins when you practice. It begins when you practice. Now, from next month, we'll start, our practicals fully. I think I'll not be the one to start it. Maybe our second facilitator, he'll start with, introduction to the graphic design software. But you see, what they are saying here is, if you might, for instance, let's use a particular industry. You might work for a fashion industry. Maybe you might do maybe a logo, and you might still have that same job if you don't try out, if you are not learning, eh, if you are not trying new skill, new tricks, new scheme, you see that most times you'll be tempted to just a little look alike with what you have done before. But you see, that will be of your complacency, of losing your creativity. Understand that as a graphic designer, no practice is a waste. Now, you as a novice, you need to spend time. Spend time in a particular design. Spend time. Just spend time in a particular design. Spend time in a particular design. Try out new scheme. Try out new tricks. You need to go online. Like I was telling you guys, go online. Check out. Check out. Check out sites that do post good designs. Like I was telling you guys that there's something that good design to understand what you need to understand what it means for a design to be good. You need to understand the difference between a good design and a bad design. And like I said before, a bad design is a design that is not that the design element is not adhering to the principles. That the design element in that design is not adhering to the principles of that design. Look at what they said here. They said no one wants to hire such a designer, and all this is as a result of lack of practice. Lack of practice. A designer should practice at least 30 minutes a day. Okay, at least, at least. They say, look at what they say, at least. So, the least practice, 30 minutes. You know, try out, go online, go to Pinterest, go to Pinterest. Just be looking at good design. Be looking at the good design. Be 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 let your eyes be one with good design. Don't you see, there is something that I said before, there's something that good design does to the eye. It makes that anytime that you are practicing, anytime that you want to create a design for yourself, you will not settle for less. There are various ways to practice and up your skills. It could be trying out a new software or learning a tool on a software you are familiar with. Now, as a graphic designer, you are tempted. There are several tools that you might not, you know, as the days goes by, there will be, upgrade in our software and even in our hardware too. Like, for instance, the software we use in Photoshop. I think they do upgrade it every year, every year. And you see, if you go online, there is this video they normally do. Let's say for instance, what the features that is in, let's say, PS Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop 2024, that is not in 2023. You get? So um you need to try out new softwares, try out ways that you can achieve excellence easily. They said a very crucial aspect of graphic designers fail to feed fail to do wait a very crucial aspect of graphic designers fail to do is feeding their imaginations. It's just exactly what I've been saying here since. Feeding your imagination is going online, getting inspirations for yourself. Getting inspirations for yourself. Getting inspirations for yourself. There is no end to these things that I'm saying. In fact, eh, eh, I've noticed that if you go on let me be more specific. If you go on Instagram, I think the thing you'll be seeing there is the most things um you need to become accustomed to in Instagram is let's say um a brand and identity project. Um you know um flyer designs. I think that there are not a little bit, there are many good flyer designs out there on Instagram. And in Pinterest, in fact, Pinterest is a whole world on its own. Pinterest is a whole world on its own. In fact, there's nothing that is not in Pinterest. There's nothing, like there's literally nothing. No style of design that is not in Pinterest. In fact, no design that concerns a particular field that is not in design. That is not in Pinterest. Is it church design? Is it um business designs? Is it e-flyers? Is it brand and identity project? Is it even motion graphics? Even logo designs? They are all in Pinterest. They are all in Pinterest. They said it's not enough to be good at all software, but not being able to be creative and imaginative. Now, there is something that how you know that you are becoming creative is that if a particular project is being brought to you, you are envisioning it in your head. You are seeing how that design is in your head. Like I said, design starts from the head. Design starts from your head, from your mind. You are viewing it. You are using your imagination to bring out something. Now imagine if you are so good with your imaginations and you are also so good with your software. It means that your creativity will be limitless. They say designers should spend a large amount of time trying to feed their imaginations than trying to learn a new design tool. Guys, did you hear that? Designers should spend a large amount of time trying to feed their imaginations than trying to learn a new tool. Because if you if you if you feed your imaginations well enough, this will help you to use this will help you to to learn the design tool effectively. It will help you to apply the new design tool effectively. And this will ensure that you are achieving mastery in the design tool. In fact, it is imaginations. It is trying to design what you have imagined that will help you to use your design tool well. In fact, imagine that you've not got something on your head and you want to use a design tool. You will not know the limit of that design tool. You will not know the limit of that design tool, and you will not know what that design tool can achieve. You will not know what that design tool can achieve. They say it doesn't take creativity to learn a tool, but it takes creativity to produce an awesome design. They say graphic design is a creative process, and as such, you need to be creative in order to truly be successful. truly be successful. Go for the crazy and wild. Try things out. Experiment and play around. Not everything will be a success, but nothing will be if you don't try. Are you guys with me? Are you guys
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
with me?
Yes.
So far, let me ask, which does anyone have questions? Ask, ask, because I've just been talking here. I've just been talking here. So let someone ask. Let someone ask so that I'll answer and then now continue. Wow, this is 8:26. We don't have time again.
You said you will send us some Pinterest authors to follow. You haven't sent it since.
Some Pinterest. Okay. Here's what I'll do. I can't be sending um I can't be the link. I'll drop my link. Eh? I'll just drop my link and then you guys will follow everybody that I'm following and then follow me as well. You understand, right?
All
I
right.
can't hear you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's what I'll just do. So I'll drop after this call, I'll just drop my link. Then you just go to my profile, follow everybody that I'm following. Because some of you now, your Pinterest feed is not designed as well. Maybe it's um all these strange things. They say designing for self. Finally, it is always absolutely imperative that you stay cognizant of the fact that you are designing a project for a client. Whether you're a freelancer, it's incredibly important that you stick to the client instructions and don't make changes because you think it looks better. As Rasmussen as Rasmussen College states, the customer is paying for a graphic design and your job as a designer is to do all you can to help the customer achieve their vision. Yes, you have to you have it all figured out in your head. What you see is not what your client sees. What they see is what matters most. There are times you give your professional recommendations and suggestions, which is always subject to their approval. Now, look at what they wrote here. You create their imaginations, they build your portfolio. They build your portfolio. It is on the strength of their jobs that you build your portfolio to, right? So you need to ensure that what you are creating is what they want. Like they said here, stick to their instructions. They say stick. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
I can hear somebody say,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
So who is talking? Who is talking? Who is talking? Someone should off. Let Let only the person talking. Let only that person's mic be on, please. This thing is
Okay.
echoing.
No, na say na rola. I wonder if we might assignment again. When na one cardboard sheet. Did they complain?
No.
Please mute
Let me
your
even
mic.
check. Just no tell you. Yes.
Okay. Okay. I think here is the last one. Graphic designers make common mistakes such as not understanding the instructions of the client from the client, not researching their business, r- raising their expectation due to loud promises, use of many fonts. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing the mistake? Use of many fonts, colors, and end up making the design complex and so on. It will be good if the designer keeps it simple and creative. There is nothing too much. There's nothing like too much practicing. Are you guys seeing the mistake? Are you guys seeing the mistake?
Yes, sir.
Graphic design-
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
sir.
graphic,
Yes, sir.
graphic designers make common
Yes,
mistakes
sir.
such as not
Yes.
understanding the instructions from their clients. One, not researching their business. In two, raising their expectation due to loud promises. Three, use of many fonts. Four, about fonts. About fonts. The maximum to use is three. The maximum font to use for a particular project is three. In fact, it's possible that you can use only one font, but you can use it in different styles. Color, color. On Saturday, I'll teach you guys. We'll go more deeper on color. We'll go more deeper on color, where we'll be learning, color psychology. You'll be hearing analogous. You'll be hearing, monochromatic, trichromatic. That's where you'll be hearing those ones. But let's stick with what we have. Um, Let me start again. Graphic designers make common mistakes such as not understanding the instructions from the client. One, not researching about their business. Two, raising their expectation due to loud promises. Three, using of many fonts. Four, colors. Five, and end up making the design complex. Six, then I said it will be good if the designer keep it simple and creative. There's nothing like too much practice. Keep practicing. Keep what? Practicing. Keep practicing. Keep practicing. Now, um here is the remedy. Like, here is the seven golden rule that they give about design. This is the seven golden rule that they give about design. Number one, I need everybody to write this down. Or maybe I'll share this book, sha. Number one, practice good use of design principles. Practice good use of design principles. Of course, you guys know what design principle is. I taught you guys there are many. There are many. There's hierarchy, there's contrast, there's alignment, there is emphasis, there is repetition, um, there is balance. There are so many of them. There are so many of them. There's unity. There's unity. So there are so many of them. Number 2, use backgrounds that convey the right messages. Use backgrounds that convey the right messages. That convey the right messages. Use background that communicate the right concept. Number 3, use at most. Okay, here they said 4 fonts, but here is my. I think 4 fonts. It's it's much, but use at most 4 fonts for a project. Use at most 4 colors for a project. Ask all necessary questions before you start any design project. Don't just assume. Don't just assume. This is the fifth one. Ask all necessary questions before you start any design project. Always arrange and give structures to your thoughts through sketching. A clear thought is a thought that you can write down. Are you guys hearing me? They said, look at what they wrote here. They said, always arrange and give structure to your thoughts through sketching. That means always sketch down the try and sketch down the imaginations you're having in your head.
Sir, can you
In your head.
zoom out a little bit?
Okay. Are you guys seeing it now?
Yes, it's good.
Okay. Okay. They said always arrange and give structure to your thoughts through sketching. And I said here, a clear thought is a thought that you can write down, that you can sketch down, that you can sketch down. Number 7. Okay, let me start from number 1 again. Practice good use of design fonts for a project. I'll change this. I told you guys 3. I told you guys 3. But in this book, they are saying 4. Use at most 4 colors for a project. Ask all necessary questions before you start any design project. Always arrange and give structure to your thoughts through sketching. Now, this number 7, they said, never ever you design for free. Say no to free designs. I know this would be uncomfortable. This would be uncomfortable with many. My next book will talk more about this. Now, I'll still send you guys that next book. The next book is still 3 Place Creativity Heights. You get? So, I'll send you guys the book. But now, the reason why they said never ever you design for free is that um, there is something that you there is something that you becoming accustomed to designing free does to your mind. It makes that you don't press for more creativity. There is a responsibility that comes on you whenever someone pays you for a service. Whenever someone pays you for a service, you always tend to give more. You always tend to put in more work to your design. When somebody is rewarding you, when somebody is um paying you for a particular task, you always make sure that you give out your best, because you see there is a reward coming. But you see, when you become accustomed to free design, it makes that you don't put in the necessary work. It makes that, in fact, it brings this. It makes you not to be creative, because you know that last na free work. You know there's there's really no there's really no challenge to it. You get? But you see, when it comes to design, I know you guys are still a beginner, and for now you can just be, because nobody, like, truly now you cannot just meet up. Nobody can really pay you now for a design. You get? So you can just be, accepting designs, and but a time will come, eh? A time will come. In fact, I learned graphic design. Was it 2019? Yeah, that was 2019. 2019, middle of 2019, and I think it didn't take me up to let's say 2 months. It didn't take me up to 2 months before people started paying me for a design. Now I think the first the first amount of money so I charged someone for a design is, I think that was about 2K. This is as far back 2019, 2000 for a flyer, for a flyer. And the flyer now I can't design. I was a beginner then, so but then I knew the work I put in as at that time. I knew the work I as at then I knew the work I tried my best to give out the best I could as at then. You get? And because someone paid me, I had to go online to learn out plenty new tricks that I didn't know that time. Like, if someone pays you for a particular service, there's this responsibility it puts on you. But if it's a free work, you just last nothing. You know that the person will, if most times you see that if the person will not, that last anything you design, because it's free work, the person will collect. You get? Person will collect and all that. So that's it. That is it. Even it doesn't matter, even if it's your friend. If it's your friend, I feel like if your friend cannot, this is for those that have this as a business. If your friend cannot pay for a design, cannot support you as a designer, then he's not really your friend. You get? Now, if this is when you know that you are giving out value. You know that you are giving out value. You know that you are giving out value. Now, here is my advice. Now, if you guys learn, okay, I think this training will last for 3 months. Now, at the fourth month, by the ending of the fourth month, going to fifth month, someone you need to make it. You need to keep it at the back of your mind that before the ending of the third month, someone should pay you for a design. It's not because you like money. It's because there is a responsibility it will put on you. It will make you to grow. It will make you to grow. Free design does not help anybody. It doesn't help you as a designer. Eh? It doesn't even help the other person too as as a client, because what the person is giving you as free design is not the person's best, and you as a designer is not helping you. Apart from the fact that things are expensive, gadgets are expensive. You put in resources to do this, you have to go online to research, data and all that. Maybe if you are using gen, you need fuel and all that. and like now, most I think now the softwares now, except maybe the cracked version, now the softwares now you do pay for them. So all these things are bills. But then beyond the fact that you are paying bills, it doesn't help you as a designer. It keeps your mind in a particular construct that is not good for you as a designer. You get. So does anyone have a question? Does anyone have a question? Does anyone have a question?
My question is, you designing for one, so before my network got bad and I couldn't follow up again. Don't go back to it, please.
You said? I didn't get
I
you.
said I said you were talking about designing for oneself got bad and I disconnected. I don't know if you can go back to that place, like maybe summarize it again.
I didn't get. Where did you say you stopped?
You were talking about the graphic mistakes to avoid at the fifth one, the last part. So my network got bad, so I did not get that.
Don't worry.
Can you please
That
summarize
part.
this?
Don't worry. I'll send the book to you. That part is far. I can't go back. You get. I'll send the book to the group chat, and you guys will read.
Okay.
It's not.
Mm,
Yes. So I mean,
thank
from
you.
this particular, does anyone have a question? Somadina, you're raising your hand. Somadina,
Yes, sir.
speak.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay. Thank you so much for the teaching. Thank you for making it very explanatory and simple for us. My question, I have a question. When you talked about the common mistakes.
Are you using
Are you
earpiece?
using
Please remove it.
earpiece? Please remove. Okay. I'm
I'm
not
hearing
using
you clear.
earpiece. Can you hear me
Okay,
now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Okay. I I said I have a question. When you talked about the common mistakes of graphic design, you talked about graphic designers, especially beginners, uh, wanting to design for different sectors at point at a time. So my question is, does it mean somebody have to maybe just be designing for a particular organization just to maintain that uniqueness and not, is it possible, is it not possible for someone to design as much as the person can? So I don't know, I want to understand why you said somebody have to stick to a particular, if you want to, okay, you went for that to say if you want to design for a brand, or you want to design for a school, or so. Please, sir, that's my question.
Okay, I didn't say you stick to a particular brand. I didn't say. No, here's what I said. I said that graphic design is broad design. We are talked about product design, motion graphics, brand and identity design, infographics, um, which other one? Product packaging design, um, which other one? I think, okay, I think I sent it to you. But you see, you cannot achieve mastery in all of them at once. You need to find a niche. A niche is that you need to find a niche, a a particular branch and stay consistent there so that people will know you for that one. So that you will have what's it called? A so that you have your target audience that you are talking with. You see, all this you cannot, so for instance, someone cannot be a brand identity designer, a a I see most people that are doing brand identity design is even taxing for yourself to be combining it with other other branch of design. So you need to find a particular niche and stay there. Do you understand somebody now?
Yes, sir, I understand. Thank you, sir. So how do someone find that particular niche?
The way to find that particular niche is to try out generally first. The one that suits you, the one that you have passion in. We shoot that. You understand?
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Which one is your niche?
Eh?
Which one do you specialize in? Just curious.
Okay.
Your niche.
I'm I'm a brand and identity designer.
What did you say?
I'm a brand and identity designer. I'm a brand designer. I design for
Okay.
brands.
Okay.
Mm.
Sir, what do you mean by brand identity?
What do I mean by brand identity?
Mm,
Okay, this is supposed to be a class. Brand identity of a business is the perception that people have about that business. You understand? The gut feeling that people have about business. The brand identity, you know, for instance, the brand Apple, Apple brand now. They
yes,
have an
sir.
identity that they have built for years now. And you see, this was that thing is it was built by brand identity designers. Not just brand and identity designers. There is also motion. You understand?
No, you went off. I wasn't getting anything.
Are you with me? You
Yes,
said?
sir. I
We're
said you
with you.
went off. I wasn't getting anything you were saying.
No, we are not hearing the teacher again.
His mic
I
is
hope I'm not,
muted.
okay. I hope
Yeah,
I'm not the only one.
She doesn't know her hand is up. Queen Tella Charles, your hand is up. You have anything to say? Okay, Sylvia, you want to say something?
you're not done explaining now. I told you you went off. I didn't get everything you said. You were talking about Apple products before you left, as in before
Hello,
you
can you
went
guys hear
off.
me?
Yes,
Are you guys with me?
yes.
We are with you, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, in the absence of that, can you guys hear me? Can you all hear me? If you can hear me, let me just give me a feedback.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Sir, we can hear you.
Okay, okay, okay. Does anyone have any question?
Does anyone have any questions?
Yes, I was
Hmm?
asking. I don't know.
You don't have what? Oh, I think service is bad here.
How one can blend all the colors, all these fonts we talked about that we can use in national day. How one can blend this.
Type, type your question.
Hello, sir.
Type your question.
Okay, please.
Hello, what did
That's
you
like
say?
my question.
That's a question. Hello, what?
You won't clear now.
I said, I wanted to ask how one can blend in the fonts and the colors together to get a perfect design. How one can know which font to use, when to put them in between, or probably when to arrange, how to arrange the settings.
Don't worry. You learn all of
Don't
that.
worry.
You learn all
You
of that
learn all
when
of that.
you
You learn all of that
know
when
how
you
to.
know how to.
Okay, sir.
I can't hear him anymore.
You can't hear him anymore.
When is this class supposed to end? Please.
So can we go now?
I hope. Hello.
Hello.
I can hear
Welcome
you.
back. Okay. When is this class supposed to end officially? Please. What time are we supposed to end? Anybody?
We said that it's supposed to be an hour or 2 hours class. The least is 2 hours.
Service no dey here. Okay, ask your question. Aderonke.
Question again.
Aderonke, ask your question.
Sorry, I mistakenly raised my hand.
I'm off. Thank you, guys.
Good night, sir.